Nanna Spriha Raghupate Hridaye Asmadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhakti Prajacha Raghupungava Nirbharangame Kamadidosha Rahitam Kurumana Sancha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O God, I tell you the truth. I have no other desire, and you, being the inner self of all beings, know it very well. O God, give me the ardent devotion only and make my mind free from all impurities like passion, etc. Om, peace, peace, peace. A very good evening to you all, and Merry Christmas greetings. Season's greetings for the happy and prosperous New Year, and also prosperous in the sense of our spiritual life, so that we get more progress in our spiritual practices, spiritual journey. That is actually through which we can have real joy. All the things we do, if we do not have love for God, faith in God, dependence and surrender in God, the whole universe, even if it is in our pockets, we will not be happy. Still there will be unhappiness, there will be agony, there will be suffering. This is the world. And this Bhakti Yoga is wonderful to throw all these things away. If real devotion for God comes, automatically we can accommodate ourselves and adjust ourselves in any situation, because we don't need anything. Everything is there with us because we have got the love for God. Nothing we require in addition to that. So, last time I announced that today we will have a little discussion of the whole Bhakti Yoga, because during our last class we concluded the book by Swami Vivekananda. Wonderful words at the end. We all have to begin as dualists in the religion of love. God is to us a separate being, and we feel ourselves to be separate beings also. Love then comes in the middle, and man begins to approach God. And God also comes nearer and nearer to man. Man takes up all the various relationships of life as father, as mother, as son, as friend, as master, as lover, and projects them on his ideal of love, on his God. To him, God exists as all these. And the last point of his progress is reached when he feels that he has become absolutely merged in the object of his worship. We all begin with love for ourselves, and the unfair claims of the little self make even love selfish. At last, however, comes the full blaze of light in which this little self is seen to have become one with the infinite. Man himself is transfigured in the presence of this light of love, and he realizes at last the beautiful and inspiring truth that love, the lover, and the beloved are one. That was the last sentence of this Bhakti Yoga. So Swamiji tried to give us an understanding of this course, path of devotion. And I wanted to have a gist of that essence, this chapter-wise headings, that yes, through all this Swamiji wanted us to understand that through devotion we can achieve the highest goal of life, the supreme devotion and the supreme knowledge. There is no hide and seek in it, and there is no doubt about the fact that if somebody really loves God, for love's sake, then he or she must attain to the highest goal of life. And it is very easy in this age of materialism, because we want to love, we want to have something. So gradually we find that if we have God in us, with us, then we see the of valuelessness of other things. So I have brought some other materials also from Swamiji's works about this Bhakti Yoga. It is not included in this. Ideas are there, so we will read a little from that Swamiji's words, some additional. It is very easy to understand, and let us have Swamiji's words. Swamiji is telling there are four paths of yoga. Our main problem is to be free. It is evident then that until we realize ourselves as the absolute, we cannot attain to deliverance. Yet there are various ways of attaining to this realization. These methods have the generic name of yoga. We hear this name, yoga, and think yoga means some physical feats. It is not that. Yoga means getting united with God. I am individual soul and God is the cosmic soul, universal soul. And all our demand, all our want, all our suffering, all our thirst will be quenched, everything will be finished, and we will be always in a blissful, joyful condition if we can unite our mind, our soul, this individual soul, with that ultimate soul, cosmic soul. So, this is called yoga, but physical fitness is also there. In Hinduism, in the Indian tradition is that Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. You should take care of this body. Although this body is, actually you are not the body, and it is unreal, it is false, you are not the body. It appears to be your own, and you are thinking, I am. If somebody calls our name, anyone, immediately whose name is called, he will or she will say, yes, I am here. So we have identified ourselves as this body-mind. And yoga is not thinking of this body, but through this body you have to realize that bodilessness, that you are beyond body, the truth is beyond this body. Because this body was not there a few years back, it was there, it was born, and one day after 100 years maximum, it will again die. Then what is the value of it? Transitory something. So you are not that, you are that eternal one, and infinite, eternal. The body is finite, the body is not eternal, it is transitory, it is changing, it is not real, it is unreal. So you are that reality. So this is the truth. And for knowing that, there are four. These yogas, though divided into various groups, can principally be classed into four. And each is only a method leading indirectly to the realization of the absolute. They are suited to different temperaments. Now, it must be remembered that it is not that the assumed man becomes the real man or absolute. There is no becoming with the absolute. It is ever free, ever perfect. But the ignorance that has covered its nature for a time is to be removed. It is not that we will get changed. We are changeless, we are birthless, we are deathless, we are changeless. We are eternal as Atman, not as body, not as mind. These are all matter. So, it is not that we will be changed the real man and absolute. It is not that. There is no becoming with the absolute. It is ever free, ever perfect. But the ignorance that has covered its nature for a time to be removed. This ignorance to be removed by practicing various methods through all these four paths, mainly this Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga. These are all paths, but one has to follow that. Abhyasa and Vairagya. You have to, with detachment, practice these things. Then you will attain to that level. Therefore, the whole scope of all systems of yoga and each religion represents one. All these religions are representing something just to preach. These are all paths. And Sri Ramakrishna in this modern age say don't fight each other with each other because God is one. You are all striving to reach that goal from different places, following different directions, but all will be coming to one center. Center is one. Don't fight. So wonderful experience, and Sri Ramakrishna himself did. And all these paths also, devotion, knowledge, karma, dhyana, meditating in samadhi, 24 years, I have mastered all these. Take it from me, don't fight. Rather, you practice, not fighting. What is needed is practicing consciously. Then all problems will go. So, Swamiji is telling it is to remove our ignorance. And therefore, the whole scope of all systems of yoga is to clear up this ignorance and follow and allow the Atman to manifest. If ignorance is gone, glass is there. If the thick dirt, all these layers are removed, I will see my reflection. But now, although mirror is here, I cannot see myself. Only what is needed, neither mirror is to be changed, nor I have to be changed, only remove the dirt. That is, there are different ways, paths. Bhakti Yoga is very easy, and the easiest and the purest and very most appropriate in this age, people of this age. That is what Sri Ramakrishna said. That is what, or Jesus Christ. You see, we will come. Jesus' life, or Jesus looked upon God as his father in heaven. Ramakrishna worshipped God as mother. Many great saints have attained perfection through worshipping God as the baby Jesus or the baby Krishna. Many have attained perfection through worshipping Christ as the bridegroom or Krishna as the beloved. Others have attained perfection through worshipping God as their master or friend. So these are there in our blood, in our nature. Only we have to consciously strive for that, try not going astray, not misusing and abusing this wonderful, precious human life, human birth. So the thing is that we have to clear up this ignorance and allow the Atman to manifest. If the dirt is removed, automatically I will see my reflection on the mirror. I will understand this is a mirror, and I will understand, I will see my own real self on it. Then I will not have any false identification, false understanding, any doubt. That is what is needed. Its own nature, the Atman to manifest its own nature. The chief helps in this liberation are Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa is constant practice and Vairagya is non-attachment to life. because it is the will to enjoy that brings all this bondage in its train. Even we are born again and again because of the desire. In this life, the desires which I could not fulfill in the previous life, and also adding in this life, so many desires. It is, no, Maharaj, no, sir, no, dear, I do not have any desire. This is mind, different layers are there, subconscious mind, what is there? We are unconscious about the subconscious. So many things are there. It does not come to the surface mind. But again and again we get new body, new births because of our desire to enjoy. And Vairagya is this non-attachment to life. Because if there is no Vairagya, attachment is there, then again, although I am doing good works, although I am living a good life, nobody has any complaint against me, but my suffering, the source of misery, cause of misery will not be removed. Because I have desire, I have to be born again, and I have to pass through this system. So Vairagya is non-attachment to life because it is the will to enjoy that brings all this bondage in its train. And Abhyasa is constant practice of any of the yogas. Now I am leaving other yogas because we are discussing Bhakti Yoga. Swamiji is telling Bhakti Yoga, or worship or love in some form or other, is the easiest, pleasantest and the most natural way for man. The natural state of this universe is attraction, and that is surely followed by an ultimate disunion. Why we feel attracted to other things and get bound? In the Upanishad, it is there, in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is not for the sake of the husband that the husband is dear, but for the sake of the self. It is not for the sake of the wife that the wife is dear, but for the sake of the self. Our love for others becomes unselfish and motiveless when we are able to encounter divinity in them, because unknowingly we get attracted to somebody else, my father, mother, son, husband, wife, friend, this, that, anything of this world, because unknowingly, I do not know, actually the source of all joy and attraction is divinity. This is, we have to unfold, that we are not running after something physical, charm, beauty, enjoyment. We are actually trying to get that source of joy which is there in everyone. That is why each other we love, we fall in love, and there are so many things. But secret is that divinity is there within everyone. That is the cause. The natural state of this universe is attraction, and that is surely followed by an infinite disunion, by an ultimate disunion. Even so, love is the natural impetus. In this world, anything we love, whatever, my own body, any other person, anything in this world, it will be changed. It will die, it will decay, it will change, it will lose its charm, its attraction today or tomorrow. Today, which I am attracted for, tomorrow it will lose its attraction. Even good food, in the beginning when I am hungry, we all try to enjoy. After some time, our enjoyment, satisfaction, gradually it falls, coming down, and at last, oh no, I cannot take any food. Although in the beginning we are shouting, oh, give us more, bring. Where is the food? Where is this? Where is that? These are all transitory. Giving a little joy, a little satisfaction, again there is the void. And it changes, it loses its charm. Again there is disunion. Even so, love is the natural impetus of union in the human heart, and though itself a great cause of misery, properly directed towards the proper object, it brings deliverance. Love is not a bad thing, only we have to know how to utilize it, use it. Fire is not bad. Through fire, there is fire, that is why life is continuing. But if I use the fire to burn something, burn people, burn churches, burn temples, burn anything good, then I am misusing the fire. It is not the wrong fire is doing. Fire has its own properties, it will do that. But how I am using it? I have a knife, I can prepare a food with the knife, I can kill a person with that knife. Knife is not responsible for my misdeeds or good deeds. I am responsible. So, this Swamiji is giving. Love is the natural impetus of union, disunion, and cause of misery. Love. But if love can be properly directed towards the proper object, it will not bring misery, it will not bring unhappiness, it will not bring dissatisfaction. Rather, it brings deliverance, not ordinary joy, deliverance, freedom, mukti, moksha, that supreme bliss, if the love could be directed properly to the proper object, and that proper object is God. The object of bhakti is God. In the path of devotion, object of love is God, nothing else. And when that love is generated, gradually love for everything goes away. It drops off automatically. Love cannot be without a subject and an object. The object of love again must be at first a being who can reciprocate our love. In the beginning, we want that our love should be reciprocated, responded to. Otherwise, we don't get interested, attracted to it. We don't like to continue. If you start some relationship and there is no response from other end, you will not continue that. What is there? It is dry. So, the object of love, again, must be at first a being who can reciprocate our love. Therefore, the God of love must be, in some sense, a human God. Otherwise, who can reciprocate to our human mind and our knowledge, our requirement? He must be a God of love. Because I am loving, so I expect that God also will be God of love. Apart from the question whether such a God exists or not, it is a fact that to those who have love in their heart, this absolute appears as a God of love, as personal. That ultimate reality which is thought of, nirgun, nirakar, birthless, deathless, formless, changeless, that it appears as personal, appears as God of love, because of our strong desire, devotion. The lower forms of worship, which embody the idea of God as a judge or punisher or someone to be obeyed through fear, do not deserve to be called love. In many religions, it is very gross, always trying to show, if you don't do this, only just to make the society ethical and moral, they put many things in the name of God. God will kill you, God will punish you, you will be sent to the hell. All these bogus things. God is our mother, our father. What mother, father? We are God. Only we have to know that. We have to know the secret. And these are the gross ways. And Swamiji said that cannot be a religion, that cannot be love. So, God must be obeyed through fear, do not deserve to be called love. Those religions, this worship, form of worship, cannot be called, that deserve to be called love. Although they are forms of worship gradually expanding into higher forms. We pass on to the consideration of love itself. We will illustrate love by a triangle of which the first angle at the base is fearlessness. So long as there is fear, it is not love. Love banishes all fear. A mother with her baby will face a tiger to save her child. The second angle is that love never asks, never begs. The third, or the apex, is that love loves for the sake of love itself. Even the idea of object vanishes. The devotee becomes one with its Ishta Devata. Lover becomes one with the beloved. Vanishes, object vanishes. Love is the only form in which love is loved. This is the highest abstraction and the same as the absolute. In the Bhakti Yoga last line, Swamiji said, at last what happens? Man himself is transfigured in the presence of this light of love, and he realizes, or she realizes at last, the beautiful and inspiring truth that love, the lover and the beloved are one and identical and the same. So, this is a wonderful path, this path of devotion. And Swamiji, just I have read from some material from some other source, not from the Bhakti Yoga directly what is there in this prescribed text. But Swamiji delivers so many lectures on this love, Bhakti Yoga here and there. So little, I will read another, some other material also. Swamiji is giving some examples. Love of God. We accept God not because we really want Him, but because we have need of Him for selfish purposes. Love is something absolutely unselfish, that which has no thought beyond the glorification and adoration of the object upon which our affections are bestowed. It is a quality which bows down and worships and asks nothing in return. Merely to love is the sole request, and true love has to ask. Merely to love is the sole request that true love has to ask. If means love for love's sake. I want your love, oh God, nothing else I want. Hanumanji's pranam mantra beginning this mantra, I started, I don't want anything, I only want you, love for you, devotion for you. See that I am not devoid of that. So, if anything is there to aspire for, ask for, beg for, that is only your love. I want you and your love, your affection, nothing else. It is said of a Hindu saint that when she was married, she said to her husband, the king, that she was already married. It is Mirabai, that story is there, and princess. She was married, but her father and her husband, they did not know that Mirabai won't have a physical physical marriage with somebody, because she has already started worshipping God, Sri Krishna, as her own beloved, her Lord, her husband, as the gopis used to worship. There is no physicality in it. It is completely a divine love, a love for love's sake. It is so pure that if our mind is not pure enough, that we will not be able to understand the message of the gopis' love, this described in Srimad Bhagavatam, and this Mirabai's love. So, husband the king, that she was already married. She said to her husband, the king, I am already married. Then husband asked, to whom? Asked the king, her husband. To God, was the reply. She went among the poor and the needy and taught the doctrine of extreme love for God. Wonderful, wonderful bhajans, Mirabai's bhajans are there. This In one I remember that Bina Prem se nahi mile Nandalala. Without the love for God, God cannot be realized. You can give the whole universe, oh God, I give it. No, God doesn't need our material wealth. God needs our spiritual wealth, our love, our devotion, our surrender, our complete surrender and dependence on God. That is what is needed by God. God doesn't need anything material. It is something divine that He preached door to door. And many bhajans she composed, and one of the bhajans was that you eat veg and you think you will realize God. You take baths in the Ganges water every day. It is very auspicious in India. If you take bath in the holy water of Ganges, your mind, body will be purified. You will realize, well, yes, all these are good things. But if your mind is not given, everything you are doing mechanically for the desire for anything worldly, then you will not have God. You can have some worldly comforts, creature comforts and other things, something materialistic gain, wealth. But divine love, which can remove all our suffering pains, that you will not get by asking for something else. This is God, the punishment. God is sitting there. This is not love. I love you, God, because don't punish me. So, does it give me this, give me this? This is barter, this is commercial purpose. If you love God, pray to God that I don't want anything, I pray for you and your love only. Sri Ramakrishna used to pray, Mother, where have you gone, Ma? Please come. I cannot bear the separation, oh my mother. The body was so painful and warm that if you put some Ganges soil on it, it burns and it falls. The smoke comes out of that, and the whole body is burning for the feeling of the separation. So, only one prayer is that, I like to see you, I like to feel your presence always, 24 hours, here within and without. Nothing else I want. So that is the only prayer the devotees offer to the God of love. So you can do many kinds of austerities, tapasya, pranayama, japam, meditation, good works, karma yoga, all these things you do, but if you do not have the love for God, then you will not reach the highest acme, the climax. Yes, you will advance, you will have something, you are doing good works, you are doing something, yes, God will take care of that. But if you want to have God, then you have to give up everything, no desire, nothing. One of her prayers is significant, showing the manner in which her heart was moved. And I quote, I ask not for wealth, I ask not for position, I ask not for salvation. Place me in 100 hells, if it be thy wish. But let me continue to regard thee as my love. Love, L capital. You are my everything, the ultimate source of all love in this mundane world, universe. If anything, love is there, bliss is there, I know. You are the source of that, perennial source of all love, all bliss, all beauty, all goodness, all auspiciousness. I know that and I want that only, not the world, not the universe. So that was the prayer, that you can place me into the 1,000 times, million times in hells, 100 times, no problem, but let me continue to regard thee as my love. The early language abounds in beautiful prayers of this woman. When her end came, she entered into samadhi on the banks of a river. She composed a beautiful song in which she stated that she was going to meet her beloved. Dying, but I am going to meet my beloved. There is no feeling of that I am dying, no fear, no feeling, no pain. Ordinary people like us, I have not experienced what is this, this suffering at the last moment. But trying to be in life, but the king of death is trying to take it away. There is a tussle going on. But saintly people, they just meditating gives up the body. No tussle, no fight, no struggle. It is natural. It is, the body is going, I am not. What is there? What is my business with this body? 100 years back it came to me, after 100 years maximum it will go again. When we change our shirts, old shirt torn, do we shed tears and fight with somebody, with the beggar? If somebody takes my torn, see, I will give a fight. It's valueless. Swamiji is telling, it may happen that sometime I will find it is better to get out of this body and I will throw it like a worn out garment. I am quoting Vivekananda, but I shall not cease to inspire people everywhere until the world knows that it is one with God. I am quoting Vivekananda, see the love for the whole humanity. Nothing for me. Body, nobody. What is that? Am I a body? This body was needed as the vehicle to bring some good news. Jesus Christ, do you think Jesus Christ is a body? These ordinary people, this problem in this devotional path is this dogmatism, this narrowness, my guru, my ishto, my chosen deity is everything. Jesus is the only savior, Buddha is the only deliverer, Krishna is the only incarnation. All this bogus, this mind is so impure and narrow. Although they are doing spiritual practices, but they have not advanced too much. Those who say in that way. And that is the problem. Swamiji will criticize all these things. In the lecture in 1893 delivered in the Parliament of Religions, Swamiji said this, what wonderful language Swamiji was telling. There have been much bloodshed in the name of religion. You do not know what religion is. It is dogmatism. It is not religion. What? How much bloodshed was there in the name of religion? But what it is actually, it is dogmatism, it is narrow-mindedness, something else. It is not fanaticism. This devotional path, fanaticism comes. I, fanatic, I will not allow any other creed to survive. Everyone has to follow my God, my path, my dictum, all these instructions. What a pathetic condition in the name of God. How many people in the name of that ultimate reality, who is the love itself, people are killing people, their own brothers, own sisters. So that is, Swamiji says, this cannot be religion, this cannot be the religion of love. These are all misunderstood, these people. So this lady who followed the path of devotion and worshipped God as her husband, entered into samadhi at the end, such a nice life, bringing joy to each and everyone, preaching the gospel of love to one and all, and finally entering into samadhi on the banks of a river. Men are capable of philosophical analysis of religion. A woman is devotional by nature and loves God from the heart and soul, and not from the mind. The Songs of Solomon are one of the most beautiful parts of the Bible. The language in them is much of that affectionate kind which is found in the prayers of the Hindu woman saint. This Solomon's, these beautiful songs are there, Songs of Solomon. This echoes the spirit of that woman saint, Mirabai. And yet, I have heard that Christians are going to have these incomparable songs removed. I have heard an explanation of the songs. in which it is said that Solomon loved a young girl and desired her to return his royal affection. The girl, however, loved a young man and did not want to have anything to do with Solomon. This explanation is excellent to some people because they cannot understand such wondrous love for God as is embodied in the songs. Physical level love, this boys and girls, people understand that. But love for God as husband, as paramour, and giving up everything, all kinds of suffering, accepting in the name of God, for the sake of love for God, ordinary people do not understand. So, love for God in India is different from love for God elsewhere, because when you get into a country where the thermometer reads 40 degrees below zero, the temperament of the people changes. The aspirations of the people in the climate where the books of the Bible are said to have been written were different from the aspirations of the cold-blooded Western nations, who are more apt to worship the almighty dollar with the warmth expressed in the songs than to worship God. Love for God seems to be based upon a basis of what can I get out of it. I will love God, but what I will get in return? Dollar worship. In their prayers, they ask for all kinds of selfish things. Christians are always wanting God to give them something. They appear as beggars before the throne of the Almighty. A story is told of a beggar who applied to an emperor for alms. This story Sri Ramakrishna also said it is there mentioned in the Gospel. Swamiji is giving, I will then relate to Sri Ramakrishna. While he was waiting, it was time for the emperor to offer up prayers. The emperor prayed, "O God, give me more wealth, give me more power, give me a greater empire," unquote. The beggar started to leave. The emperor turned and asked him, "Why are you going?" Then the beggar replied, "I do not beg of beggars." He was the most powerful emperor in India, Akbar Badshah. And the beggar was just a saintly man, came to have something for the good of some philanthropic activities there that do it. People, they go to their places of pilgrimage following this course, this path. There is no tree, there is no water, there is no inn. Please, you are emperor, construct something for the common people so that they can, on their way to the places of pilgrimage, holy places, they can take rest, they can have shower, they can have some food, they can have water. He came to have the support from the emperor, but emperor was offering his prayers, and in the prayer he was concluding, "Oh God, you give me this, you give me more wealth, more empire, more jewelry, more this." Then the fakir started leaving. Sri Ramakrishna quoted this. This is Akbar Badshah's story. That Akbar was asking, "Hey, why you are going? Why have you come?" I said, "No, I don't like to." No, please tell, please tell. Akbar knew that he is a superior kind of saint. So, tell me. Then I came for something. But he said, "So what I will give?" No, I found that you are always asking for all these things. I will ask for all these things to God. Why I will ask you, idiot? You are asking yourself. You are a beggar yourself. You are a big beggar than me. I wanted a little bit for the hand. You have so much. Even after I am a fakir, I don't have anything. I am asking for the good of others, and you have so much. You are an emperor, the topmost emperor in India. Almost whole India is under your control, and having all wealth. Even after that, you are offering your prayer. Fine on it. So he left. So this is the story Swamiji is quoting. That I don't beg of beggars, was the reply of the beggar. forgive. Some people find it difficult to understand the frenzy of religious fervor which moved the heart of Muhammad. He would grovel in the dust and write in agony, and read in agony. Holy men who have experienced these extreme emotions have been called epileptic. About Sri Ramakrishna also, some disease is there, epileptic, falling, swooning, fainting. So, epileptic. Actually, Sri Ramakrishna is absorbed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is absorbed in the name of God, for the vision of God, always thinking of God, outer world. There is no body consciousness, outer consciousness. And ordinary people will call them epileptic. The absence of the thought of self is the essential characteristic of the love for God. When one generates love for God, he or she will forget his or her body. The absence of the thought of self is the essential characteristic of the love for God. Religion nowadays has become a mere hobby and fashion. People go to church like a flock of sheep. They do not embrace God because they need Him. We don't want to be one with God. God will be there and God will supply my necessities. Because they need Him. Most persons are unconscious atheists who self-complacently think that they are devout believers. So it is not an easy thing to become a devotee. The criteria Swami Vivekananda is giving, the scriptures are giving, that when really you love God, it is paramo prema rupa. It is completely feeling of that ultimate love, pure love. Nothing else is there. No business, no begging, no fear, no barter, nothing. No feeling of separation. It is completely. That is why Jesus could say, I and my Father are one. He was a devotee, but at the same time he was a jnani. So when the supreme devotion comes, one gets that kind of feeling. One becomes one with that ultimate reality. And Swamiji, through this Bhakti Yoga, we have some additional materials on this devotion, path of devotion, Bhakti Yoga. Swamiji gave the definition of Bhakti. Bhakti Yoga is a real, genuine search after the Lord, a search beginning, continuing and ending in love. One single moment of the madness of extreme love to God brings us eternal freedom. Bhakti, says Narada, this I will start the next month, Narada Bhakti Sutras, Swamiji is quoting from there. Narada says in his explanation in the Bhakti aphorism, Narada Bhakti Sutras, we will start. Bhakti is intense love to God. When a man gets it, he loves all, hates none. He becomes satisfied forever. This love cannot be reduced to any earthly benefit because so long as worldly desires lust, that kind of love does not come. Bhakti is greater than karma, greater than yoga, because these are intended for an object in view, while bhakti is its own fruition, its own means and its own end. In bhakti, there is no other desire, there is no. Bhakti is higher. Why? In bhakti path, only bhakti is the I pray, O God, give me the ardent devotion only and make my mind free from all impurities like passion, etc. I don't want anything else. In other paths, you have a view and a goal, an aim, but in the path of bhakti, I want bhakti only, nothing else. So, Swamiji was giving this, as we have gone, the idea of Ishvara, that ultimate reality, as it were, takes a form, most powerful one, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. That formless, as it were, appears having a form for the devotees, and The aim of Bhakti Yoga is to realize that ultimate reality. Bhakti Yoga, as we have said, is divided into Gauni, or the preparatory, and the Para, the supreme. We shall find as we go on how in the preparatory stage we unavoidably stand in need of many concrete helps to enable us to get on. And indeed, the mythological and symbological parts of all religions are natural growths which early environ the aspiring soul. The natural growths which early environ the aspiring soul and help it Godward. All these paths, doing puja, japa, meditation, offering prayer, taking mantra, repeating the name of God, thinking of God, meditating on God, all these things gradually take us Godward, and we have this highest devotion, para-bhakti, when we feel that we are one with God. And for this we need a guru, and guru also, anybody and everybody cannot be a guru. Shratriyo, Brahmanishto, Abrijino, Akamahato, a person who knows the meaning of the scriptures. Swamiji is telling me, in this path you need a guru, a guide, a teacher, who himself knows the path, knows the goal, who himself has trodden, walked on this path. He or she only can guide you. And what are his qualifications? Guru's qualifications? Guru must have these qualities, these things. What are those? Shratriyo must know the meaning of the scripture. It is not that one has to become Pandit and quote all the scriptures. No. Sri Ramakrishna is telling Gita, why do you read Gita 700 verses? Not necessary. You take Gita 10 times, you repeat Gita, it becomes Gita, means you renounce your ego, renounce your worldly attitude, renounce your materialistic ideas, be spiritual, think of spirit, and renounce the non-spirit elements. That is the message of Gita. What is the need of reading the whole Gita? Sri Ramakrishna is telling. So, a guru, Shratriya means he must know the message of the scriptures, not reading and quoting the scriptures, not following the instructions therein. That he or she cannot be. So the second is Shratriya Brahmanishta. Always we will be thinking of God. Abrijino akamohato. Abrijino, pure, stainless character. Character is not that today this scam, tomorrow that scandal, tomorrow. It is not that. Character is pure, ever pure. And akamohato. He does not have any desire in return. Oh, I am giving you this mantra, I am teaching you, guiding you to the spiritual goal. You give me money, you give me name, you give me fame, you give nothing, no desire in this world. Only desire is that, as I am telling, Brahmanishta, always thinking of, meditating on God, and treating everyone also as that. So these are the qualities of a guru. Swamiji said one needs in this path a teacher who can guide you. Then not Pandits who can quote but themselves are not pure-minded, themselves are not following the instructions they are giving. A person who is also practicing this and already know the path, who is really a man of knowledge, devotion, sacrifice, renunciation, detachment, love, purity. These kind of persons, knowing the message of the scriptures, living a wonderful life, stainless, pure life, these people can become guru, and you have to have somebody. And qualifications of the student also has to be, the disciple also, Ashcharya Bhakta, Kushalasya Labdha. As like teachers, like disciple. Like father, like son, it is like that. If the teacher is good, the disciple also has to be very good. Then only the highest harvest you can have from it. Otherwise, my teacher is Einstein, say, or Newton, and I am a dull-headed one. I do not understand anything. Even the whole day they teach me what I will understand, because I am not qualified. So scriptures say, yes, the guru, the teacher must have these qualities, but the disciple also must have this purity of mind, desire to know the truth, respect and honor for the teacher, obedience, all these things must all do. So, Guru's qualification is required, and then the disciples, students' qualification also is required to harvest the best. Sri Ramakrishna used to sing one song, Mon re krishika janana. Oh my mind, you do not know how to cultivate, how to plow the soil. It is unattended, it is lying there. If you could plow it properly, if you could cultivate your properties, your land, then how much good things could you grow and sell it, and good harvest, golden harvest you could have if you knew that. In the Bible there is a story, this father left, 3 sons were there. Oh my son, I give, everyone were given one golden coin, and after 1 year when father has returned home, asked the big son, the eldest son, where is my gold coin I gave you? He doesn't say anything. Why? What happened? And then says, no, I have spent it for drink and for bad purposes, so I spent for women and get out. I disown you. You are not my son. Get out. Then middle son, where is my? Oh, I am bringing. So bringing means he brought, and what I am washing. So you gave me, I kept it under the earth, underground. So I wash and give it. So you also stand there. I will disown you. You stand out. The youngest son, my son, where is my coin, gold coin? Yes, father. He brought 500 gold coins. I gave you one. Where? Whose coins are these? Well, these are all yours. When you left, I cultivated all this land and grew good harvest. Another harvest is also there, crop is also there. We will have more than this. Here 500 is there, another 1,000 gold coin we will have by selling our harvest or whatever we have got. Then father gave the embrace, and this another one also given to him. You are my son. God gives those who actually utilizes the gift God has already given to us. If we do not do anything, disciple will not do anything, then only good teachers I go, and every day I attend this lecture, that Swami, this Baba, this church. That will not do. It is here. God is here. The kingdom of heaven is not somewhere else. It is here. I don't go to anywhere, but my mind is pure. My mind is full of devotion. My mind is calm and quiet. I don't get irritated. I am not perturbed. I don't have any other desire. I don't need to go anywhere. I speak the truth. I love each and everyone. I am forgiving. I am straightforward. So I am unselfish. If these qualities are there, God is here. God is not in the church, in the temple, here and there. And I see divinity within, I see divinity without. So that is what is the requirement of the disciple. So Swamiji is giving that in this path, avatar is also there, incarnate. We do not see the God, but we see the Son of God. Who hath seen the Son, hath seen the Father. So incarnates are there, avatars are there, God incarnate. They comes down to raise us up to the higher level. We think that heaven is something higher in the higher sphere. They comes down from that higher sphere to our level, worldly level, to raise us from this worldliness to higher level, to spiritual level, to sublime level. So there are incarnations, and you need a mantra, some word, name of God, And it is something secret formula. Repeat this and concentrate your mind on that. Even Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. So every religion we find that there is a kind of guru, shishya, disciple gives something, and guru gives something to disciple, and disciple follows the instruction. So if one follows all these things, Swamiji is giving that you need a guru, you need a mantra, you need your qualities to become an ideal disciple, devotee, then whatever you are doing, knowingly, consciously, it will have its fruition. It will, you will go forward. And you have to, this food, there are some restrictions also. If you are at the initial stage, novice, then certain routine must be there, spiritual, for doing spiritual practices. Eating anything and everything you will eat. If you eat poison, no, I am a spiritual practitioner, so I am doing, God will save me, I am taking, do you have that faith that God will save you even if you take the poison? Nectar is there, why don't you take the nectar? Why you are attracted to poison and taking the tasting God's love for you? What is this? Real devotees never taste God. They are always, my God is there, always. There is happiness in giving and giving. I can sacrifice, I can renounce everything in the name of my God. So, Swamiji is telling that these are the preparatory stages, and then comes the Parabhakti, which we discussed, that if Parabhakti is there, real love is there, you feel that the lover, the beloved, and love, all these are one. Love is love, lover, and beloved. Worshipper, deity, and this worship, this love, devotion, all become one. And that is the highest stage, that is called deliverance, moksha, mukti, illumination, enlightenment, liberation. Supreme devotion brings the supreme knowledge, and even if you remain, you don't give up your body. Swamiji said, if there is a God, I like to see it here, now itself. After I will die and I will go to heaven, I don't believe in such heaven. If any heaven is there, heaven should be here. We will make the world heaven. If every one of us live a divine life, pure life, truthful life, this world will be turned into a heaven. What is heaven? What is hell and heaven? It is in our thought. If we can purify our thoughts, our desires, our thinking, our lifestyle, our conduct, our behavior, our attitude, this world can be converted into a heaven. And that is what, where holy people are there, they are not dissatisfied. They, tirthi kurvanti tirthani. Holy people, those who do spiritual practices, they, holy people, convert the place into holiness. Who knew Dakshineshwar before Sri Ramakrishna did sadhana there? Who knew Jerusalem? Who knew Nazareth? Who knew before Jesus' birth, all these places? Who knew Buddha's birthplace, Buddha's illumination place? They were ordinary places, but with their tapasya, with their love for God, with their spiritual practices, they purified that area, and those have become converted into tirthas, places of pilgrimage, holy places. So, if we can follow this path of devotion, our life will be peaceful, blissful, joyful, and in this life, not after death we will enjoy heaven. Here itself we will live a heavenly life, divine life, having joy in our own life, bringing joy to others. Whoever will come in touch with us, they will be converted as we have got converted by our gurus. That is the message of this Bhakti Yoga. Thanks to all of you for your patient hearing. Next, we will have next month our, as I announced, we will have Narada Bhakti Sutra. That is also Narada's aphorism on devotion. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Is there any question?
Yeah.
Please read.
One person has asked 2 questions. The first was, shouldn't more youth get involved in nation building and safeguarding the interests of our religion? We see negative forces rising in society trying to malign or hurt our culture and our religion.
Yes, that is a good thing, patriotism, but there should not be fanaticism. Narrowness should not be there. Patriotism is always good. Yani anavaddani karmani tani sevitobhyani. Whatever good karmos, philanthropic activities, you must do that. Never ever do anything harmful to the society. So, youngsters should always live a truthful life, a life of obedience, a life of sacrifice. This is expected. Otherwise, the next generation, what will be the condition of the earth? If the present youngsters are not trained properly and they are not practicing, being trained in good way with good qualities, then when they will be the keeper of the state, they will come to the power, what will happen? So, they should be trained properly, and each and everyone. There should not be misunderstanding, fighting unnecessarily. Bad is bad, that is what. Sri Krishna had to do that battle of this Ravana, Ram, this battle of, these are all battle between good and evil. So, always one should stand for good, but not for any personal gain, for any, I get happy if I can malign you, if I can do wrong to you. No, but those who are maligning you unnecessarily, Swamiji, in the deck of the sheep, 2 white people in those days, they are in the power, they were criticizing and falsely some Hinduism religion. Then Swamiji was telling, you see, you are lying. You speak the truth, there is no question, no problem. But if you lie and malign my religion in this way, then he took a collar, held it at the neck. Do you see the ocean? I will throw you both to the ocean. And then they said, no, we are sorry, we are sorry. Swami said, you speak the truth. What is wrong in that? But falsely you will do something. So youngsters should come out for the sake of good, but it should not be some kind of arrogance, some kind of pleasurism, some kind of muscle and showism. It is not that. Everything for the sake of good, for the sake of truth, for the sake of love. So, in the beginning there should be, gradually. Old people will take the responsibility. Old people are old people. They can pray always for the good of everyone. But youngsters should come up and they should be trained properly. Thank you. Okay? Anything else?
The second part of the question. People who devote their life to the cause of society and religion instead of individual spiritual practice, do they stand at loss? Are they going to lose compared to people doing individual spiritual practice?
Well, that's a long question. Again, please repeat. Slowly repeat so that I can understand properly.
Okay. People who devote their life to the cause of society and religion instead of doing individual spiritual practice, do they lose compared to people doing individual spiritual practice?
This very idea is not a right idea. Individual, everything is doing for God, sake of God. Society is not mine. If I do something for the society, for the country, for the humanity, that is not my spiritual practice. No, indeed, there is no individuality. We are all one with God. We are children of God. Yes, for my maintenance of the body, I need to have something for this body. But anything I do, it is for the good of not only me, for the society. They are all children of God. And I do not see God. I cannot serve God directly. I am serving human being as child of God, as children of God. That is what Swamiji said. I worship that God whom you call man by mistake. So where is individual practice and where is the collective practice? If my mind is thinking of God, whether it in a community life or collective life or a personal life, it does not matter. It is the same thing. It will elevate myself, my level, it will raise me spiritually. Am I clear? So, it's time. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji. Anything from here?